What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we locking in with 1090 Jack, man. He just dropped this one, Lil Baby, the 4PF Rico that never happened. Blamed for 4 bodies, man. So, a couple of years ago, the rumors came out that, you know, the state of Georgia was looking into 4PF as well as a few other different collectives as the YSL case was going on, right? So that kind of just, you know, kind of fizzled out for a little bit. And then recent events, of course, the police department came out, you know, after some things went down following a music video shoot, that they were pretty much blaming on Lil Baby, man. So we gonna see what this one all about, man. Let's get it.
Atlanta is back on its bullshit. After the complete failure that was the YSL trial, the city of Atlanta has now targeted Lil Baby, and the accusations are deadly. The Atlanta Police Homicide Commander would go as far as blaming Lil Baby for the double murder of 2 teens and connect him to a long, bloody series of violent events. So in this video, we'll be covering the Lil Baby 4PF Rico that never happened. May 14, 2024, 30-year-old Dominique Jones, who's more commonly known as Atlanta's own superstar rapper Lil Baby, was set to shoot a music video. The location, Dixie Hills. This was Zone 1, West Atlanta, at the very beginning of the old Hidden Village apartments.
Okay, before we even go further, right? Everybody that's from Atlanta or very familiar with Atlanta, I got family in Atlanta, but I ain't familiar with the street politics here. But so when it comes down to the zones, which zone is into it with which zone? Or is it just, you know, everybody just mutual? Like, is it zone 1 versus zone 6, zone 2, zone 3? Like, who are, like, who's into it with who, if anybody is into it with who? And if so, man, why? How did it start? Like, is this, I know it ain't like a war on drugs or nothing, because that shit just ain't around no more. So I don't know, you know, why different things would be, you know, different places would be beefing, but y'all just let me know though, man.
West Atlanta, at the very beginning of the old Hidden Village apartments. A mostly abandoned, half torn down apartment complex with a violent history that even Google Earth will show you is still very much the hood. And apparently, it was a hood Lil Baby wasn't supposed to be in. They began filming the music video with a whole production crew present when gunfire erupted. Atlanta police received calls just before 5 p.m. stating multiple people had been shot, and when they arrived on scene, they located a 24-year-old man shot in the arm and a 27-year-old man shot in the back. The victims were alert, conscious, and breathing. A 23-year-old man who couldn't wait for police was driven to the hospital with a gunshot to the neck. He too would survive.
Tonight at 11, police are working to try to find out who opened fire on the set of a music video reportedly featuring Atlanta's very own Lil Baby.
The shooting happened just before 5 o'clock tonight. There is a map right here on your screen of where this all took place on Verbena Street. That's in the Dixie Hills neighborhood in the northwest part of the city.
Baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing it big around this mug.
Chaos in this parking lot.
We had multiple individuals flee to
That too. Fan footage. Baby just pulled up on us. They posting it online. Bro, footage can circulate, man. It circulates very fast. Like,
It big around this mug.
Chaos in this parking lot.
We had multiple individuals flee the scene subsequent to the shooting.
Leaving a trail of evidence scattered across the crime scene.
We just heard pow, 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 and that thing was da-da-da-da-da-da, and we grabbed the kids, and everybody was just running. It was a whole bunch of chaos.
Atlanta PD would note the attack appeared to be an isolated and targeted incident. But this shooting would intensify an already deadly feud between 2 rival gangs in the city. The Goodfellas is one of Atlanta's longest lasting gangs, having formed back in the early 2000s by Abdullah Williamson. The gang is alleged to have formed in the Rice Street jail, later becoming primarily a prison gang with a reputation for warring with the Bloods that dominate the Georgia prison system. Abdullah,
boy, how do you make these?
Warring with the Bloods that dominate the Georgia prison system.
Boy, how do you make these? Where did these come from, man? Where did you get the equipment for this?
Abdullah, or Lil Dul, is currently serving a life sentence. His alleged second-in-command, Johnny McClendon, is also serving a life sentence after allegedly ordering a hit on one of their own members. That man would be released from prison, only to be murdered days later.
Wow.
The Goodfellas made it happen on the streets and behind the wall. With influence from the Italian mafia, the Goodfellas would go by other names such as the Mob, La Familia, or La Cosa Nostra. But this wasn't the mafia, nor did it
Niggas, man.
operate like the mafia. This was
Niggas.
a homegrown Georgia prison gang that was out for blood. OMF, or Only My Family, was a younger subset of the Goodfellas based out of West Atlanta and primarily located within Dixie Hills. This was the same area the music video shootout happened. 4PF, or Four Pockets Full, is a money gang based out of the Oakland City neighborhood of Southwest Atlanta. 4PF is exactly what they claim to be, a money gang, known less for violence and more for funds, but made famous by none other than Lil Baby. They aren't exactly innocent though, or at least that's what the streets allege. Apparently OMF believes 4PF is responsible for the 2021 shooting of 19-year-old Marcus Holland, who is known as Big Mark. A member of OMF, he'd be gunned down at a Shell gas station, and his grave would literally read, "Gravedigger." Atlanta police believe Lil Baby was shooting a music video in a rival hood, knowing what could happen, and it did. OMF allegedly shot it up for Mark. On Instagram, Mark went by the name 2500 Mark, and 2500 stood for the block, as 2500 Center Street was the heart of the Etheridge Court projects. This was home to Mark and was immediately targeted after Lil Baby's video shoot was shot up. On May 18, 2024, 4 days after the music video shooting, Atlanta police responded to the projects at 2 a.m., finding 21-year-old Nasia Cox shot dead. She'd been killed in the passenger seat of a vehicle while her child sat in the back seat. Investigators believe 4PF acted in revenge, targeting OMF in one of their projects.
See, this is the thing though. If this, let's say if any of this was true and, you know, these people were responsible, this is the risk you take if I'm Lil Baby. And we know Lil Baby don't move nowhere light. You got 100+ niggas, bro. Some of these dudes you probably don't even know. They probably just from where you from, claiming that I was gonna say OTF, claiming that they 4PF. These dudes you probably don't even know them. They probably just from where you from, and they claim they 4PF. So if they do something stupid, you the face of this. This is one of the whole reasons why Baby said, "Listen, this is Glass Window Records. Ain't no more 4PF. You see Young Thug getting rid of YSL, man." Y'all gonna learn. A lot of y'all rappers from the street, bro, y'all gonna learn to disassociate yourself with your former self. You are no longer that. You are a millionaire now. You have nothing to prove to anybody, man. You're the most known person, so of course they're gonna point it to you. Probably saying that you the one orchestrating this whole time you on tour. Whole time you ain't got nothing to do with this. But it's people that claim they got association to you. That's out here crashing out.
And the female was just a casualty of war.
That's sad, the RP to
The
her.
following month, 31-year-old OMF member Trevante Turner was found at 3 a.m. shot to death in an apartment. His cousin Keontae Sanders, who was known within OMF as Midnight, was incarcerated at Hancock State Prison at the time. Investigators would learn he was coordinating revenge against 4PF members through phone calls and social media. Investigators recovered extensive conversations with multiple OMF members, planning retaliation on John Smith, who was known as 4PF J-Shot, a close associate of Lil Baby's, who investigators listed as a gang leader. OMF believed J-Shot is the one who killed Trevante in the apartment. On July 2nd, 2024, OMF would strike. It was 12:34 a.m. when Atlanta PD responded to the West End apartments in Oakland City, the heart of 4PF territory. They'd find 13-year-old Lamont Freeman dead at the scene, 13-year-old Jacody Davis in critical condition,
13, bro, 13,
and 11-year-old Dontavius Davis with a gunshot to the foot.
11.
Jacody Davis would die at the hospital. Investigators would learn the Davis brothers had left their apartment just before midnight to wish Lamont a happy birthday when they were ambushed. Surveillance footage from multiple locations spotted 2 vehicles that circled the apartment complex twice before 6 armed individuals got out and opened fire. Multiple shell casings were left at the scene from 5.56, 7.62 to 2.23. Lamont was found with a gunshot to the head, while Jacody was shot repeatedly in the chest. 7 members of OMF / the Goodfellas would be arrested, including Keontae Sanders, the cousin of Trevante, who was planning revenge from prison. It's alleged OMF were hunting 4PF members and ended up jumping out and gunning down kids with rifles.
This is just so sad, and I want to say this before it leave my mind. So I'm gonna wait because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get to it.
So here's the twist. Atlanta's homicide commander would blame Lil Baby for causing this shooting.
Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
So this is my thing. When this news first came out, listen, fact of the matter, innocent people lost their lives, children lost their lives. But for them to blame, and this is where it gets a little murky for me. For them to blame Lil Baby for this, it's like you pretty much putting a lot of responsibility on him because of other people's actions. But at the same time, let's keep it as real as Mill. If I'm Lil Baby and I know there's an issue with me and these people in this certain part of the city, and I'm famous, I'm a superstar, you're gonna know where I'm at. When you see the Rolls Royce, you see the entourage of people, you know I'm there. If I'm Lil Baby and I know all this and I'm up millions of dollars, why in the hell am I going to my ops hood? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. It's to show your ass. Let's keep it as real as Mill. Baby is a superstar. It's all a part of taunting your opponent. I'm up, nigga. This is my city, nigga. Let's not even play stupid, man. I don't think Baby should be blamed for this. Of course, get the people responsible for taking those lives. And yes, what Lil Baby did is just a stupid move. But at the same time, bro, as stupid of a move that it is, man, I just feel like it's kind of unfair to put all the blame on Baby. You know, I wish rappers would just learn to move a lot smarter. It's a pissing contest nowadays, bro. We gotta show our ass, let niggas know, you know. And in the midst of all this, man, like, people lost their lives. Like, again, I don't think Baby should be fully blamed for this, because they making it seem like, yeah, we taking him down, you know. But I don't know. It's
Ralph Woolfolk would claim because Lil Baby shot a music video in a place he shouldn't have been, he caused a chain reaction of violence that resulted in Nasia being killed in front of her kid, Trevante being killed in an apartment, and 2 teens being gunned down with rifles. So why haven't charges been filed? Because the accusations are bullshit, and it's easier to place blame on a multi-millionaire Grammy Award winning artist than on the police who failed to put away the same men.
Listen, and I was gonna say that too. It's also unfair to Lil Baby. Just because y'all couldn't put Thug away, now it's making it seem like, oh, well, we gotta put one of these niggas away. We gotta put somebody away. Somebody of status to make us look better. Because damn it, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. The state of Georgia and they police department, the prosecutor's office, everybody, y'all look like clowns right now. You shitting me? Thug and them made y'all look ridiculous. Like rookies. Like you had no idea what to do. He got away. Whether he did it or not, he got away. He beat y'all. He beat a Rico. Yes, harsh, probation standards, but still, he is not in that cell. He got away. Best case scenario. On y'all ass. So now what do? Let's target Baby. Let's get the next best thing. We gotta pin this on him. And again, bro, I feel like they would have done this no matter if they saw just some bum nigga shooting, bro. Baby is the face of this. This is why, bro, stop keeping all these niggas. All these niggas, man, stop keeping these niggas around you, man. Like,
carrying out these murders. Not one gun has Lil Baby's prints.
Not
and
one.
I highly doubt he's planning murders while on tour, because in all honesty, it doesn't sound like 4PF has been taking losses. It sounds like OMF has been losing back-to-back members.
It's like, man, like the people, Lil Baby and the people closest to Baby, these niggas is up, bro. Like you said, they touring, man. They making money right now. Like, come on, man. I just feel like this was just some...
So why the fuck would Lil Baby feel the need to even be involved? On March 31st, 2025, a preliminary hearing was held to determine whether there was enough evidence for the teen's killers to stand trial. Atlanta's gang detective Marissa Veverito testified that investigators used social media, wiretaps, ballistics, surveillance, and interviews with informants to build the case against the 7 members of OMF/Goodfellas. Veverito wished to remain anonymous as she worked undercover, but her identity was revealed online. While on the stand, she addressed wiretaps which she claimed proved Lil Baby's alleged involvement in several murder-for-hire plots.
Okay, if they got, they got audio?
Lil Baby's alleged involvement in several murder-for-hire plots.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even like that, man. Got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking
Unc.
Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed. Or
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
they were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
But this is all he said, she said, man. You can't prove this. This is people talking about him.
Correct.
I don't know, man.
The audio would be played in court, but this wasn't 4PF members admitting Lil Baby was Lil Durk and motherfuckers. This was OMF/Goodfellas members under wiretap talking about Lil Baby.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's they just talking to each other. Of course, you could assume what you want, whether you was up or not. You can assume and say, oh yeah, he got the money, he could do it. Doesn't mean that he doing it.
Which doesn't prove shit.
Yeah.
Of course, they're gonna blame the richest man claiming 4PF, but that doesn't mean Lil Baby did a damn thing. And that's exactly why to this day, he hasn't been charged. Veverito was the same gang expert in the YSL trial failure, and Young Thug would almost have his probation revoked after calling her the biggest liar in the DA office.
Yeah, Thug gotta chill.
A judge would decline violating Young Thug for his free speech. All in all, the 4PF Rico is nothing more than a myth, as Fulton County's DA office is looking to make a comeback after the YSL failure. The fact that police blame Lil Baby for 7 grown men making the decision to shoot kids with rifles is ridiculous, if not defamation. Lil Baby would take to Instagram to reply, only saying, "Thanks for all the concern. Please don't be misinformed by fake news. I'm overly good." And let's not forget, Lil Baby has powerhouse attorney Drew Finley behind him.
Yeah, this is YB, and he's currently representing Lil Durk too. So
the same man representing Lil Durk that also represented NBA YoungBoy. It's safe to say the Atlanta DA doesn't want those problems. Now, for a while, everybody has been wondering about this 4PF Lil Baby Rico indictment that's supposed to be coming. And in my opinion, I don't think it ever is, because it's literally hearsay. You have opposing gang members.
At the moment, I don't see it happening, but I do feel like if I'm Lil Baby, I gotta be very vigilant. I need to be very aware of who is around me, of what conversations are being had around me. I need to be focused on my career, because at this point, the feds, the state, whoever, they have different tactics to get to you. They could pick anybody up that has been affiliated with Lil Baby, that maybe have warrants for their arrests, and work out a deal with them to wear a wire to obtain any information they can on Lil Baby. So if I'm Lil Baby, man, yes, you in the clear right now. It's just he says, she says, hearsay at this point. But you got to be very careful, man. The feds are very patient. They can wait years. You saw Thug, they was investigating Thug for years. They got the time. So if I'm Baby, listen, don't get too confident saying that it won't come. Because it could. If they get anything in order and they can prove some stuff, just saying, man.
That Lil Baby's putting bounties on people. Why is that? Well, because he's the one with the money, right? So it's the equivalent of Durk's ops saying he's the one putting money on people. But in Durk's case, that isn't it. People in Durk's camp are the ones, snitching, saying shit like that. So as far as this Lil Baby case, those wiretaps mean nothing. The homicide commander blaming him for everything that happened, I don't agree with. You can't control what people are gonna do. And what doesn't make sense to me is, why would you shoot a high production music video in rival gang territory? Like if you're gonna do something in rival territory, you think that you would just do it with a cameraman and a bunch of your homies that got guns. They had a whole fucking trailer there. They got a whole bunch of people that work real jobs, like sound engineers, cameramans. Why would you bring all of them into a situation where something could turn deadly?
I'm telling you, it was a dickhead move, but you can't blame them for,
Me doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Which in my mind just pushes the narrative that he wasn't thinking about any enemies or people sliding on him, or he didn't have any ill intent being there doing that music video. But it resulted in a shooting, and nothing actually says he was one of the people that was shot at. It was just a shooting. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments. Do you think the DA is reaching? They're trying to, get their reputation back after what happened with YSL? Or do you think they actually have a case and they could try to maneuver something where they put bullshit charges on Lil Baby? Drop y'all's thoughts in the comments.
I don't think they got anything at the moment that's concrete, but I do feel like they are making a play to redeem themselves from the Young Thug YSL Rico trial, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. Salute 1090 Jake. Link down below in the description leads y'all right to this video for y'all to check it out in its entirety with no interruptions. Y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me. Hit that subscribe button for me. It's your boy MANIACITV. I'm out.